Hello, Renegades, and welcome to third quarter. So, a lot of you have had me for other classes. Some of you that haven't been in my classes before are at least familiar with me. And there are a few of you that I see on my list that uh, have not had the pleasure of getting to know me yet. So, I would like to start by introducing myself. Sorry for those of you who have been through this before. Buckle up, here we go again. So, I would like to share a little bit about myself. There's me as a little guy. Look at the size of that noggin. As a big head on that little baby. And then when I was your age, I don't know what to say about this picture except I don't know how cool you think you are, but you will never be powder blue tuxedo cool. And look at that haircut. And then this is a much more recent picture of me. So you can see there's a progression there. And I think I've ended up in a better place. The reason why I show you this is trust me when I say that I know that the years that you're living through right now, they can be some pretty tough, awkward years. Okay, so this is a timeline of my life. And what the specifics don't really matter very much, but I want to point out this big open space right here. So this is when I was in school. 1985, I was also in school, but Nintendo Entertainment System came out, and I saved up my allowance and I bought it at Walmart. And that was a life changer, so that deserved to be on the list. But a lot of quiet time in here, just going to school, living life. And the reason why I show this is because you guys are right on the edge of the really good stuff. So you get through this school experience, you start getting that first job, you get into that first serious relationship, maybe start your family, start look at buying a house. Like life is about to get really good. So all you got to do is get through this quiet area, which I realize is really rocky and there's a lot of speed bumps along the way in there. But these are the major milestones in my life. And as you can see, all the really great stuff happened after high school. So these are my two boys. I will reference them as we go through our classes. The reason why they're important in my classes is they chose two very, very different paths. So this one over here, this is Cody. He's my oldest. And you can see all these tattoos on his arm. Cody made a lot of really hard choices. And I've got a lot of stories that I can share in class. But just know that he chose some rough paths. The reason why those tattoos are on his arm is because when he turned 18, he thought it would be a good idea to buy his own tattoo machine and give himself his own tattoos. He was thinking that that would be save him a lot of money. And as you can see, he had to go have his tattoos covered professionally by professional tattoos because ultimately he did not like what his artwork looked like on his own arm. And then this is Brady. Brady has chosen a path where he hasn't really had a lot of struggle in his life. He seems to be kind of charmed where things just sort of fall into place for him without a lot of effort. So he hasn't had a lot of real struggles yet. So when I look at them as their dad, this one was boy, he was tough to raise. We would butt heads every once in a while, and yeah, he was stubborn. I'm stubborn too. And then this one was pretty easygoing. He was an easy guy to raise. But then when you look later on in life, Cody has gone through some tough stuff, and so he's maybe more prepared when life hands him some tough experiences. He's going to be more prepared than maybe Brady is, who's had an easier go of things. So why am I spending all this time on this? I want you to know that if you're having tough experiences during your high school years, although it's uncomfortable and you don't like it now, it's helping make you stronger. It's giving you those experience points that we'll talk about later that will help you later on in life. Okay, I see life as a video game, kind of, where you're leveling up. So, do any of you know a psychiatrist bodybuilder? Probably not. And that's because you have a limited amount of time and energy in which to live your life. And I think of it as like gaining experience points. And you can gain those experience points in different categories, but you can't max out all of your categories. So you may, if you like sports, you may focus a lot of your experience points into strength and endurance. Charisma might be those charmers, the people, the social people, people who like to help other people with their problems. If you love school and reading books and growing your mind, then you're spending those experience points in intelligence. I would like to suggest that you guys spend experience points in all of these categories, except luck. It's hard to develop luck. But so that you're well balanced. So when life does throw you difficulties, you're able to pivot and adjust because you haven't focused everything on strength. Let's say that you have an accident, you break your legs, and you can't play basketball anymore. Well, it would be nice to have some intelligence points in there so that you can fall back on that. So, anyway, life is like Forrest Gump says, life is like a box of chocolates. I think life is like a video game. So, if life is like a video game and you are at the beginning of your journey, what will you become? Uh, Different games have different names for their characters. In Gauntlet, it was warrior, wizard, Valkyrie, and elf. Kingdom Hearts, sword, shield, and staff. Knights of the Old Republic, bonus points if any of you have ever played that. That's a very old Xbox game. Soldier, scout, or scoundrel. So, what does that look like in real life? We've got college, military, or going right into the workforce. All of those paths have strengths and benefits and negatives to them. You could become hourly or salary. You could go into the trades, which are things like welding, plumbing, and electrician. You can choose to have a family. You can choose to not have a family. And there's pros and cons to all of these choices. But you are standing on the edge of the rest of your lives. So, my advice to you is make good choices. So, Bruce Wayne, Batman is kind of my spirit animal, I guess, my totem. And I would like to use that as an example. We're all familiar with Batman, regardless of what level of Batman mythology you're familiar with. Bruce Wayne could not become Batman without a lot of hard work, dedication, goals. And just like Batman or Bruce Wayne, you cannot become your best selves without a lot of time, experience, goals, a lot of hard work. So think about where you want to go, make a plan to get there, and then start moving in that direction. And if you find yourself off track, correct that, but never stop moving towards your best self. Always move towards being Batman.